a chair. So we come to seated. Scooting forward on the chair so the spine is nice and long. And we're going to draw the shoulders together and then draw the shoulder blades together. I'll just do that a couple of times. Keep the breath moving. And now we're going to pause. And we notice our breath. We feel the breath as it moves gently in and out of our bodies. Let the jaw relax. Let the shoulders relax. And bring your awareness into your sits bones, feeling the pelvis on the chair. Feeling your feet on the ground. We invite the breath to soften, awaken, and inform every nook and cranny of our body. And gently now, we're going to begin moving. We press the left knee forward and the shoulder comes forward, and we turn and look to the right. Feel the contact point of the foot, the left foot, the left leg, which is forward, the left knee, the left foot. Feel that, press. Lift the heart, breathe. And then slowly come back to center. We're going to the opposite leg now. We're pressing forward. And we're going to turn to look gently. It looks like we're turning to the right. I did turn the mirror on. So the left knee is coming forward, or the opposite knee. There's a mirror setting in Zoom that Sue informed me about. So I'm cueing right and left correctly in my own body. We're back to center. That might be more than you need to know. Gently tuck the chin, slide the hands out, cup the knees gently. Draw the shoulders together in the front, creating that nice arch in the back, the cat arch. Breathe here. Breathing. And then gently, we're straightening the spine. The chin lifts ever so slightly as we rock forward. Head comes up a little bit. And we feel the nice curve now in the low back. Now let's put this into a flow pattern. So the out breath, chin to chest, cat arch. The in breath, chin lifts, heart lifts, shoulder blades come together in the back. We've got the cow. Breathing out. Cat. Breathing in. Cow. Feeling the spine waking up. And when I say waking up, actually, we're finally, or now we're bringing our awareness to the spine through this action. And then we're going to pause here. Extending to the sky. We've got the right arm going up, or the left arm. Left arm's going up. And then we're going to tip gently, lift and tip. See if we can extend and lengthen the side body without collapsing into the opposite side. And then we come down and we reach the other arm. And nice extension. Oh, the side body is loving this. Yeah. So is the spine. Coming back to neutral, we're going to twist now, bringing the hands to the outside of the thigh. Press in to the opposite foot. So if we're twisting to the right, we're pressing into the left foot, or vice versa. And then we come back to center, and we're going to twist now to the other side. Hearts lifted, and we come back to center. Our attention comes to our feet now. So we're going to do a little strengthening in the lower part of the psoas. And to do that, we're going to lift one foot off of the floor, any amount. We're going to breathe 3 breaths here. Keep the spine nice and long. It's going to be easier to come forward like in the cat, but we want a nice long spine to actually dive into that hip flexor. And the foot comes back to the mat. Switching sides, lift that foot. Breathe here, nice long spine. And you might notice one side is easier than the other. I sure am. But we're breathing anyway, because that's how we roll. Release, and back to the first side, lifting the foot. Breathing. One more breath. And release, and switching sides. Keep that spine long. Breathing. And then the foot returns to the mat. Slide the hands out. Cat arch. Chin to chest. Back of the heart presses toward the wall behind. Breathe in. Come forward. Chin lifts slightly. A little arch in the low back. The heart is lifted. Come back to neutral. Press one knee forward. Turn to the opposite side. Back to neutral. Press the other knee forward. And then come back. Notice your breath. And as we breathe, we prepare our body to come to standing. So walk your feet back a little bit. Come onto the ball mounds of your feet. Let the arms dangle. We're going to rise up by dropping the heels toward the floor keep the head in alignment with the spine. So what's happening is our head is coming up last. We're not leading with our neck. Next month is shoulders and neck. And so we'll be doing a lot of how to work our body without leading with the neck. We're pausing in mountain. Feel the heart lift. Feel the evenness of the breath as it moves in and out of the body. And we'll explore Padabandha now. So we're digging the toes into the mat. That draws us forward. Pause here. So we're gripping the mat with our toes. That leans our pelvis forward. Notice the hip flexors here. See if you can feel your way up in the psoas to this point where there is an origin story of the psoas. We're just pausing here. So there's a little bow in the back. And now we're going to release the grip on our toes, and we're going to lift the toes and our body rocks back. Pause here. Find your balance. Without the toes on the floor, is the balance challenged a wee bit? It may be. But in this posture, you're going to notice that the legs start feeling really strong around the knees. It's like this posture really helps the knees feel supported. So let's flow with this. We're going to come forward, grabbing the ground with our feet, with our toes, and then we rock back and lift the toes. When we come forward, let's breathe out. When we return, we're going to lift the toes on the in-breath and forward again. And then we rock back. Bounce just a little bit now. Soften your knees and just bounce from the knees. See if you can get the whole action going up to the head. It's not a deep knee bend, it's just a simple bounce. And then we're going to weight shift. And I'm going to go to the left. Actually, this is the right for me. Is this the right for you? We're going to lift the left knee. And then extend behind, touch the toes down, press the pelvis forward. Feel the psoas here. And then we're going to bring that knee forward again and lift any amount. So the tippy toes can be on the floor, or maybe the knees up. And then we extend again. You can always bring a chair next to you for balance. So this is the walking action. Lifting the knee is part of what the psoas or the hip flexor does. And then it also does the extension back. Yay. Flex and extend. And then we're coming back to center, to neutral, to mountain. And notice the differences between the right and the left side of the body. We're going to switch sides now. So we shift the weight a wee bit to the opposite side. And then we're going to lift the knee. And then we extend back. And then we come forward and lift the knee. Tiptoes work. Find your balance and then extend back. Are you holding your breath? I think it's best if we breathe a little through this. Come on, breathing. And one last stretch in this direction. Knee comes forward and foot to the mat. Sweeping the arms up. We're going to fold to the shins. Nice flat back. When we get here, lift the sits bones just a little bit toward the sky. Bend the right knee, press the left side of the pelvis back. Switch sides, bending the left knee, pressing the right side of the pelvis back. Let's go back and forth. Keep the breath moving. You control how deep the bend is in the knees. And then to rise up out of this, open the arms wide and hinge up. Nice flat back, strong legs. And we're back to mountain. I'm going to do a little practice now with Warrior 2 and Peaceful Warrior and Mountain. So we're going to start by taking our feet wide, maybe as wide as the mat is enough. Maybe you want to go a little wider. You get to decide. We're going to turn one foot at about a 45-degree angle, my right foot, and then I'm going to turn my left foot out. I bend the knee and I line my kneecap up with my second and third toes. I'm pressing into the back edge of the back foot and then lifting the back of the knee so that there's not a slack here. The leg is long and strong. And then with the inside of my thigh, I'm going to also activate that by pressing it toward the wall behind me. This is a lot of instruction. Find if all of it makes sense, do that. Or find one piece to focus on. Maybe it's the inner thigh, maybe it's the back of the knee or the back edge of the back foot. We're in Warrior 2. And we look out over the front arm. And if shoulders don't like this, just bring the hands to rest at the waist. Breathing here. Reactivate the back edge of the foot. Lift the knee. Find the inside of the thigh, those adductor muscles. And pause and breathe again. The next time we breathe in, we're going to take the trailing hand to touch the back of the thigh. And we're going to lift the front arm, palm facing the body. And we pause here and breathe. There's still a bend in the front knee. Some people like to straighten the knee here. You can do that if that feels good. Breathe. And then we're going to release to Warrior 2. Breathe here. Then we're going to straighten that front knee. Hands return to rest on the waist. Feet come forward. Pause here. So we're minding our transitions when we move from side to side. So sometimes with yoga practices that are too quick, for our body. We can hurt ourselves. So we're trying to make sure we do this in a measured way, turning that foot out, turning the back foot a little bit in, bending that knee. We're activating this posture. So feel that nice hip flexor stretch here. Press into the back edge of the foot and notice how that might deepen the stretch in the front of the hip flexor. Lift the back of the knee and then press the inside of the thigh toward the wall. Arms lift. We're here and we're pausing and we're breathing. Bring your attention down just a little bit. Is that kneecap pointing toward the second and third toe? Move it just a little bit that direction if it has fallen to the midline. Again, the hands can rest on the waist if the shoulders are fatigued or it does not feel delightful. Strengthening. We're going to reach the trailing arm, touches the back of the leg. We extend to the sky with the front arm, palm facing the body. And we notice the depth of the stretch. And we breathe. And then we're going to float back to center, to warrior two. Straightening the front knee, toes come forward, fold, flat back, wag your tail just a little bit. To come up, we're hinging up. Our legs are still wide. Rock to the inside of one foot and the outside of the other. Switch. Just go back and forth a little bit. The pelvis is going to move. The shoulders may move. Come on, let's rock out here. Here we go. And then we pause, and we're going to flow with this now. So here we go. Bend the front knee. On the next in-breath, peaceful warrior. On the out-breath, we come back, warrior two. In-breath, the front leg straightens and we turn to the opposite side. Out-breath, bend the knee. In-breath, peaceful warrior. Out-breath, warrior two. In-breath, back to center. Out-breath, bend the knee, warrior two. One more time on each side. Come back to center. Feet are parallel. Hinge forward. Slide the hands down the leg, pausing perhaps at the shins, maybe the ankles, Maybe hands on the floor under the shoulders. Bend the knees slightly. Come up about halfway. Hold opposite elbows. Straighten the legs again. Sink a little deeper. Rock a little bit right and left. Let the head release. Bend the knees, release the arms. Come on up. Walk or hop the feet together, and we're back in mountain. So mountain is standing Shavasana. Perhaps opening the palms so we can get a nice open rotation in the shoulders. Let the jaw be soft. And breathe in and out. If it feels good, maybe the eyes gently close or soft focus. And now let's shake it all out. One leg, both arms, the head. Wag the body here. Just let it all go. And we're going to make our way back to seated. So when you're sitting down, see if you can go into the seat slowly. That helps to stabilize pelvic muscles when we do that. My mama used to say, don't flop into that chair. I know what she means. And we're back with our breath. Gently close your eyes if that feels enjoyable. This is our Shavasana. "10,000 flowers in spring, the moon in autumn, a cool breeze in summer, snow in winter. If your mind isn't clouded with unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life." A poem by Wu Men. We open our arms wide as we gather all the blessings that already exist, and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.